Vote of no confidence. You see, vote of no confidence is a sticky catchphrase, and that depends on your democratic commitment to which side of the floor of the parliament. On the government side, you dread that catchphrase and wish it was not part of the national constitution. But on the opposition side, you embrace it with enthusiasm and optimism to change the government after 18 months after the national general election. But but hey, I'm here to explain how vote of no confidence become part of our national constitution. You see, there were many political developments in our country since the British Empire annexed Papua in 1885 and German Empire annexed New Guinea in 1884, of which I will tell you later in my next series. And as part of the development that finally led us getting the independence, member of the House of Assembly from 1968 to 1972, Talasia MP John Maneke and Itivitari MP Paulus Arek were instructed by the Australian administration in 1969 to go to the countries in Africa like Liberia, Ghana, Kenya, Uganda, and Mauritius to see their progress after getting independence from the European colonizers. As you can see in the photo, they are written from the two and the African countries, and they are at Canberra Airport. They are now making ready to come back to Port Moresby. But during the two saw that these countries experienced bloodshed like military coup, ethnic clashes, genocides, and so on, because the colonizers threw up their national constitution. And so, after returning from their tour, they tabled their report in the House of Assembly. And the House of Assembly debated that PNG's national constitution will be homegrown and will be drawn up to embrace over 800 cultural groups, customs, and traditions to come up under one national constitution. And so in June 1972, the House of Assembly passed the motion to form the National Constitution Planning Committee. And its members are Michael Somare, who was the Chief Minister and member for the East Civic Regional, Father John Momis, who was the Chairman of Committees and member for Bougainville Regional. Tay Abal was the leader of opposition and he was the member for Wabek Open. Paulo Zarek, he was the Minister for Information and was the member for Itivitari Open. Angmai Bilas, he was the member for Mereng Open. Mackenzie Daugi, he was the member for the Northern Regional. Sinage Giragire, he was the member for Daulo Open. Dr. John Geis, he was the Deputy Chief Minister and member for Aluta Open. Tony Ila, he was the member for Lay Open. John Caputin, he was the Minister for Justice and member for Rabal Open. Pika Kasau, he was the Manus Regional MP. John Kaupa, he was the member for Chuave Open. And please do not mistake John Kaupa, who's the current member for Mosby Northeast. This is John Kaupa, member for Chuave in the House of Assembly from 1968 to 1972. And then we have Paul Lagro, who was the deputy leader of the opposition and member for West Civic Regional. Anton Parao, he was the member for Western Highlands Regional. Stanis Toliman, he was the member for Borgia Open. And Matia Yui, member for Tari Como Open. That was when Tari Como was known back then. And now it's known as Taripori, who the member is the Honorable Prime Minister James Marabe, and Como is now a separate seat. And so, from May 1973 to August that same year, in 3 months, the committee went through the territory to do awareness and get people's view to come up with a national constitution. Mind you, I am saying territory because we were not a nation yet and still under Australian administration. And so after touring the territory, they again went to the African nations like Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. And this time they toured Ceylon, now Sri Lanka. And just like MP Maneke and MP Arik had witnessed in 1969, they didn't want that to happen in PNG also. And so the committee included Section 145 to have a vote of no confidence to keep the government in check. Sadly, all the members of the committee have passed on and may their soul rest in eternal peace. All except John Momis and Tony Ila are still with us. So let's say vote of no confidence is like a fuse of an electric circuit of a building. If there is a high current, the fuse will blow to protect the building from getting on fire. And vote of no confidence just like that in protecting the people from an overpowerful government that seems to overstretch the national constitution. And so let's embrace the vote of no confidence according to the beliefs of our founding fathers. Well, that's all for now. So please subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss out on my series on the glimpse of our political history.